We learned that local television could be more targeted than even the internet.
David Waxman understands the phrase, think globally, act locally. A few years ago, Waxman and partner Nick Grouf founded SpotRunner, the first internet-based ad agency that makes it easy and affordable for local businesses to advertise on TV. Needless to say, things are going well. David Waxman, welcome to Dog and Pony.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So the first segment we're going to do is something we call Once Around the Track. I'll ask you a series of quick questions. You give me quick answers. We'll try to do the whole thing in 30 seconds.
All right.
Where did you grow up?
Berkeley, California.
What was your first job?
A candy store.
And how long did you work there?
Until I get fired for eating candy.
And how long was that?
Not very long.
What's your favorite candy?
Gummy bears.
Who's your business hero?
Warren Buffett.
And where did you go to college?
UC Berkeley for undergrad and MIT for grad school.
What instrument do you play?
Piano.
What's your biggest challenge?
Getting up in the morning.
Are you obsessive or a procrastinator?
The latter.
Do you make the rules or break the rules?
I break the rules.
That's it? You've been once around the track? So how did you get the idea for SpotRunner?
My partner and I saw that there was a huge opportunity in a couple ways. One is we saw that by some of the examples that were out there, particularly Google, showed that if you made an advertising platform available to the smallest of advertisers, that the aggregate of their spend was actually a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And that they were eager to find a way to market themselves. Another thing that we discovered was that television can be more locally targeted than actually the internet could be at the time that we started the company.
That's interesting.
And we saw a real disconnect between the people who were using television and the people who could benefit from television. So what we did was we hired the head of research from eBay and sent him out to ask small business people why they weren't on television. And they said, oh, it's too expensive to be on TV. We said, how much do you think it costs to be on TV in prime time on a good network in your area? And they said, well, $10,000, which is actually off by a couple orders of magnitude. It's in most areas and most good networks, you can be on television in prime time for $100 to $200.
Wow.
And sometimes significantly less than that. And then the next thing they said was, well, it doesn't matter how cheap the airtime is or how inexpensive it is, I can't make an ad. I don't want a homegrown ad that looks like local television. So we set out to crack that problem, and we made pre-produced ads in thousands of categories for hundreds of different kinds of businesses. And not just one or two ads in each category, but 5 or 6 or 7 ads in each category. So you could come as a dentist, say, find an ad that was perfect for you and get it on the air.
So as long as someone else wasn't using that ad in your market, no one would know the difference.
That's right. You get a complete exclusivity in your market.
What was your breakthrough moment?
Shortly after we launched, we found that by solving this problem for the little guy, we were actually solving problems for much bigger companies.
How so?
And so we went early on to a couple of the large franchisors, and we met with the CEOs of Century 21, Coldwell Banker, ERA, and Sotheby's, and we said, why aren't your agents and brokers on television? And they said, oh, TV's a little bit dangerous. We would rather have them, we're not sure that we can make it consistent enough with our brand to let them do that. So our franchise agreement actually says that they cannot be on television.
Wow.
And we said, well, what if we made you a library of ads that was signed off by your CMOs and cordoned off so just your agents and brokers who are legitimately able to use them could use them? Would that be good for you? And they said, that would be terrific.
How big is the local TV market?
It's billions of dollars. It depends on how you measure, but it's definitely in the billions.
And how did you originally kind of land on TV? How did you figure out that there was an opportunity here?
My partner, Nick Grouf, and I did some political work. And we raised a bunch of money online for one of the Democratic presidential candidates,
John Kerry.
John Kerry.
Yeah.
And we saw where all that money was going, and we're kind of surprised to see that it all went to television. It all went to local television. And as I said earlier, we learned that local television could be more targeted than even the internet.
What is the democratizing power of the internet? What does that mean?
Well, I think the internet has always been about, good internet companies have always been about making private things available to the general public, making things that were available to only big companies and people in the inside crowd available to everyone. And you can see that from, look at the travel business, for example. It used to be that you'd have to go to a special agent who would have access to a special computer system that would see all the rates and availability for flights. Now everybody can shop for tickets online, and they can see who's doing what and where the best prices are.
So is this like a win-win-win across the board? I mean, obviously it's good for your business, it's good for local TV stations, and it's good for the advertiser as well, right?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, it's a win for everybody.
Yeah. Talk about the local TV stations, exactly what they get out of this.
Well, they get advertising dollars. So
Yeah.
they're happy to see new customers come to their stations who haven't necessarily been served before. Unless you use technology or a system like SpotRunner, it's very hard to sell to those smaller customers and more local customers cost effectively.
Any thought about branching out into online video and going the other way with this?
Absolutely. What's happened to us since we've launched is our customers keep coming to us and asking, well, you've helped me for TV, can you help me with radio? So we go and help them with radio.
Yeah.
Or you've helped me with radio and TV, can you buy us some search? And we've been adding media types, and you'll see us rolling out more and more media types over the coming the coming months and years, and that will include, for sure, online video.
CBS and the Murdochs have invested in you. How is that kind of big media presence and money and participation important to you?
Well, we really want to facilitate transactions in the media space. We want to make it easier for people to buy and people to sell. And those guys, if you look at the big media companies, they've got inventory that's fragmenting into smaller and smaller bite-sized bits, which are really appropriate for smaller and smaller consumers, or people who are big consumers but want to target, like the Coldwell Banker example I gave before.
This is a segment we like to call None of Your Business, where I ask you slightly impolite questions, and you can either answer or tell me none of your business.
Okay.
All right. So you went to Berkeley.
I did.
Are you a closet hippie?
There's no closet about it. I'm a hippie.
What's an SM degree?
An SM degree is a Master's of Science degree. Said backwards, that's the way they do it at MIT.
Why does Michael Eisner like your company so much?
Because I think he thinks we're cool.
And why did John Kerry lose?
I wish I knew.
So do you have anything you'd like to promote while you're here?
Sure, we talked about political, and I think SpotRunner's really got an innovative and great solution in political. So if you're running for office, be it dog catcher or president, in 2008, come to SpotRunner.
David Waxman, co-founder of SpotRunner, thanks for being on Dog and Pony.
Thank you.
As always, feel free to email me, post comments, or suggest guests if you'd like. I'm Tom Tapp. You can get me at tom@dogandpony.com. See ya.